The last time this medieval city was invaded was the 12th century. Today it was defended again from the river it sat on for generations. Over 100 Navy recruits from HMS Collingwood battled to shore up the defences in the driving rain as the Itchen finally burst its banks. Did you ever think it would get this far?
No, but it has. If it gets worse, I won't be happy.
What about you leaving? Are you thinking about that?
No, I'm staying put. Got sandbags right outside my door.
St Bede's School was closed as the flooded Itchen carried 15 tonnes of water per second past any given point. It's prompted the Environment Agency to take a proactive stance. Last night, part of the M3 was cordoned off above the city. 1-tonne blocks of gravel were dropped into the channel to create a partial dam. As the river is slowed down there underneath the motorway, the water has to go somewhere. And this is where it's coming, onto the floodplain, the surrounding fields. But the problem is, just half a mile down the road is the village of Easton. And as the water slowly rises here, locals are getting worried.
We're on tenterhooks, put it that way, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is already flooding the cellar, so we've already got ingress into the house. So, of course, our concern is if it comes even higher.
If you're living this close to this amount of water, then it does tend to disturb one's sleep, yes.
But the Environment Agency stress there is no threat. Its state-of-the-art remote boat will continually monitor river levels.
We're monitoring this very closely. There's an awful lot of floodplain available in the fields here, and so that will flood first. And our engineers are monitoring this to make sure that we're not going to increase flood risk upstream.
The worry now is that river levels will rise further as the chalk basin Winchester sits in is still holding water that's yet to pour into this city. The water that's actually in the channel here is about 6 to 8 weeks old. It's taken that long for that heavy rain to filter down and come down the basin of the Itchen. The Environment Agency are really working with people in and around the city to make sure the city doesn't go under, not least out there in Easton, where one of the farmers there volunteered his land to also help save the city.
We expect, when we wake up tomorrow morning, to see this whole area, as far as you can see, maybe 2 or 3 feet deep in water. We would have expected to see this flow come up anyway, given the amount of rain we've had in the last few days. But the water it's further downstream, it's rising at the moment.
One of the striking things about this, of course, is when we're looking to the north of our patch, we're looking at Berkshire and homes that are by the Thames. This really is the first time that a city, Hampshire's capital, has actually been threatened. So defending it is absolute priority for those in charge.
We are creating a sort of reservoir just the other side of the M3 so that we can stop the water from coming down in the Itchen. And that will help. It's not going to solve the whole problem though. There are a lot of other villages that are going to have problems already, and I'm afraid we're doing what we can, but there is a limit.
The importance of what's going on here in Winchester can't really be underestimated. If you just go down the river a bit further, there are shops, there are businesses, and before that the water has to pass through the old mill, through a tunnel almost. And the worry now is if that gets blocked, it is really going to back the Itchen up. And this water has to go somewhere. And everyone around here on the outskirts of the city are very worried indeed tonight. Sally.
Ben, thank you very much. Well, heavy rain falling on already saturated ground has led to more problems elsewhere in the region.